Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Diamond Moment. I'm your host, Luciana Cordero, and today I'm here with Peter from Legends Gym, who is our biggest sponsor of the Battle of Tampa Bay. So, hi, Peter. How are you?
Hi, very good, Luciana. Thank you so much for having me on today.
Well, great to meet. It's great to meet you.
You
I
too.
wanted to start off by asking you, how did you get to become a sponsor of this event? Like, what led you to go through this path?
Uh, it's pretty simple. Amir and I have been friends for a very long time. Um, he actually was, we've been friends about 40 years, and way back in the day, he and I trained together, and he trained at my old gym, which was in St. Petersburg as well. It was called Body Dynamics, and I trained with him at his dojo for a couple of years, and we became instantaneous friends. I was introduced to him by a manager in my gym, took me to the class, and Amir and I just hit it right off. So Amir has been doing this event for a long time, and I am opening a new gym called Legends Gym near downtown St. Petersburg. And Amir and I kind of reconnected. We kind of lost touch for a little while, but we reconnected. And he asked me if I would like to be a sponsor, the main sponsor for the event. And I said, absolutely. So this is quite a thrill for me. It's my first time doing this as well.
Yeah, sounds amazing. And I love that you mentioned your new gym because I wanted to talk a little bit about that. Like, how's this experience been so far? What are you looking forward to with this new gym? What does it feel like to have like all these new athletes to know about your gym?
Well, we're not quite open. I have been working on this project for over 2 years. We found the location in downtown St. Petersburg about a year and a half ago. I signed a lease, and we are completely built out, ready to go. We are just waiting for the power to be turned on. So everything that goes into opening a gym, we have done except for that one last step. Honestly, I'm more than thrilled to be doing this again. It's a huge, huge opportunity for me. I have a couple partners invested in this place. We found the location that is an unbelievably amazing location. It's an old warehouse that's being beautifully renovated. And I spent literally months and months hand picking every single piece of equipment that's going into this facility. And we actually have three separate spaces in the gym. It's two separate gyms. It's Legends Gym and GHQ. GHQ is Glute headquarters, and that is going to be instructor-led classes for women training glutes, hams, and quads. And then we'll have the full-on bodybuilding gym, Legends Gym, and it's been amazing for me, to come back and do this again after so long. Um, Amir's been a huge influence for me over the years, and not only a friend, but a confidant and a role model. And his place has been amazing. His gym is incredible. And we really wanted to do something on the bodybuilding side that was comparable to what he's doing in his facility, offering really something super, super special. When people walk into the gym, my what I'm hoping for is people walk in and they take a look around and they go, yeah, I absolutely want to train here. So that's kind of where we're at. We're just keeping our fingers crossed here over the next few days to get the doors open and start taking memberships.
Yeah, do you have any, I guess, pre like set opening dates, or are you just waiting for this to see how it's gonna
We've
go?
we've been trying to do that, but honestly, it's been a little tenuous with Duke. Every time I've tried to set something up, it ends up going past the date. This has been quite a bit of a dilemma for us with Duke Energy. Unfortunately, it's our last little step. I keep thinking someday, today. Okay, not today, tomorrow, and I'm just holding my breath here, Luciana.
Yeah, no, I definitely get it. Yes. There's so many challenges that come, especially when opening like a new business and everything. So
Absolutely.
many things that you need to take into account.
Yeah, a year and a half, we signed the lease. We were planning on being open in 4 months after I signed the lease. Now here we are a full year later, finally just getting to the last little thing.
Yeah, and do you think that the Battle of Tampa Bay could be like great publicity for Legends Gym?
Worse. It's it's a huge event in the area. He's been doing it for a long time. I was one of Amir's students back in the day. I never competed. He's been doing this for such a long time. He's built up such a following, and it's right down our alley in terms of people that are, spending time, investing in their health, their fitness, lifestyle. Amir's never been about just martial arts or fighting. If you train with Amir, it's all about lifestyle. It's all about a way to live. And for me, that's old school style, gym ownership and gym participation. It's not just, oh, come in and train and see you later. It's more of that. It's a lot more.
Yeah, definitely. It becomes kind of like part of your routine, part of your life. And I love how you've
Like a
mentioned,
family.
yes, exactly. You've mentioned this bond that you've created because of martial arts uh, a couple of times now. And you talk about it so nicely that I wanted to know a little bit more about your past in martial arts and training like this. What can you tell me about that?
It's not a very exciting story, Luciana, to be honest with you, except for the fact that I was a bodybuilder. I started training with Amir because of the gentleman that worked in my gym at the time. He was my manager, and he introduced me to Amir. And the relationship that I formed with Amir, I had done some boxing in the past. Uh, Honestly, I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover. I, but training with Amir was very intense, um, very worthwhile in terms of developing another side of my conditioning, fitness and conditioning. But the fighting part of it was never really something I aspired to. I just loved the training. I loved training with Amir. I loved training with the students that he had at the time. He has such a legacy of relationships with people from his past that they live on. Every single person that was been involved in Amir's training and his lifestyle and what he does, looks at it the same way I do. It's a huge part of their past. Just in that sense, I was never highly trained as a fighter or anything like that. You know, um, I guess a funny little thing is when we used to do a lot of demonstrations together, a lot. Okay, and I'm a pretty big guy. I'm 6'5". At the time, I was in very good shape. I was competing in a lot of bodybuilding shows. I weighed about 320 to 340 pounds. Amir was about 145 pounds. And when we would do demonstrations, I couldn't stand with him for 10 seconds. And it was, pretty impressive when we would be in front of a crowd, and Amir would take me down and I could do nothing about it. If I didn't succumb to what he was doing, something was probably going to break, and you learn how to kind of give way so nobody gets hurt, right? Obviously, nobody ever got hurt in his class. Um, but I love that. I mean, it was so impressive to me. He did things that I couldn't even imagine a person could do. So, I was at the height of my kind of bodybuilding career, and having Amir and seeing what he did was so impressive. And the conditioning was unbelievable. It was absolutely incredible for my training.
Yeah, no, I asked this because you talk about it with so much like love and appreciation that it's great because it let us see like your motivation behind not only like being a sponsor but also like opening your own gym and kind of trying to build that community and that family that you once got, which I think is amazing.
Thank you. Absolutely. That's the most important thing to me. Yeah.
And well, finally, our last question. I wanted to ask you about, like, what do you think that we can expect from the Battle of Tampa Bay that's coming up? Do you have any expectations? What can you tell us about that?
Um, well, I'm excited. These guys train, God, the men and women train so hard and so intensely for these events. Um, it's out of my wheelhouse. I don't understand how they do what they do. Really, it's pretty amazing to me. I'm super excited to just be there and be a part of it and see the fruition of what they do. I can relate to it from my side of my experience in health and fitness and bodybuilding. But it's like wow, and they're putting on such an amazing event. Yeah, I'm just really, really excited to be a part of it. So,
Well, that was great. Thank you so much for talking to us today, Peter. It was
thank you,
great meeting
Luciana.
you.
You
And
too.
yes, we're looking forward to know more about your gym opening and more about you in general in the future.
Well, we'll be doing lots of social media. Once we have a final opening date, we'll be pouring it out there. The idea is the gym is, I give the location. So the gym is at 2200 2nd Avenue South, right across the street from Three Daughters Brewery. If you kind of draw a circle around that location, when we start our marketing and really putting it out there, we're just going to be trying to start around that circle and just building out from there into the community, and letting everybody know we'll be attending other events and things like that, putting the name out there. So we're excited for people to come in and join and get started. And, we really want to just finally bring this thing to life. So I really appreciate your time today.
Yes, is there any social media our audience can like keep in contact with or
Legends Gym. You can go to Legends Gym. Basically just Google Legends Gym, or GHQ, Glute Headquarters, GHQ. And so both of those will be out there, and people will be able to find us pretty easily. I have a partner who's a marketing master engineer, and he's putting it all together for us.
well, that's perfect. Thank you so much.
Luciana, have a great day.
You too.
Okay, bye bye.